started volunteering when I was 14. I started off coaching football on Saturday mornings at Broxburn Athletic Sports Club, and I've been doing that for coming up 4 years now.
There's younger children in the club that I used to swim with, and every Friday that's when the older ones would come in and help volunteer to help teach the little kids, like basically try and improve them. And
I started volunteering when I was 10 years old, and I help at my local Rainbow unit, and I help down at the Canine Defence League. I help out in my dancing school, and I help out with the school at the People Council.
When I started getting into media, I decided to look for some voluntary work at Hospital Radio, and that's how I ended up here at Radio Grapevine.
I do different things for different people, and here is some of the people I just suffer like shirts, a pushing network, like how to say, and tells brain and the test, Western Congress, voice campaign, coming a person from Scotland.
I was also given an opportunity to work with the Young Ambassadors, which is the youth drive for the Olympics in 2012. So I've been working with them for about 2 years now. I've moved up to a Platinum Young Ambassador, and that's brought great opportunities because I go down to London every couple of months, and I'm going for a long-term work experience placement in the summer, so I'm really looking forward to that.
It came from losing my granddad to cancer in 2008, which spurred the idea to do something for the charity that helps him. So,
Project Steadfast raised money to build a school in Kenya. When I was over there, I helped with landscaping and teaching children.
it was good to interact with the next group of swimmers basically coming up, and it was good to know that you were being like a good role model to them and showing them basically this is what you can do in swimming and how good you can be.
We take part in the Macmillan's awareness raising campaign, which is putting posters up, leaflets, but the biggest thing we've done is visiting primary schools, and we taught classes about cancer and about how Macmillan can help, and we held sort of interactive assemblies with games and quizzes.
I coach at the soccer school, so it's kind of primary 1 to 3. Started off just with no badges or anything, just went in blind. After sort of helping out with my uncle's football team for a wee while, that's how I got interested in it. So after 4 years, I'm now sitting on a first aid badge and my level 3 SFA qualification, all paid for by the club, which was really beneficial.
The MV Awards, or Millennium Volunteer Awards as it began, is aimed at young people aged 16 to 25, and it's a way of recognising the volunteering that they do. It gives them awards at the points of 50 hours, 100 hours and 200 hours. The 200-hour award is signed by the First Minister, so it's a very impressive document for a young person to have to put on their CV or to put on their personal statement for university or college applications.
Volunteering is definitely a plus point if you're applying for college. It shows that you've actually got a bit more team spirit, you've got a bit more communication skills, and you're willing to go out there and make that extra bit of effort. In some cases, what you need is to get entry into the course would be volunteer experience or work experience up to a number of hours. Volunteering helps that, and if you haven't got that, in some cases you wouldn't get into the particular course you're looking for.
For me, yes, there is that feel-good factor that, yes, I've done something, I've helped someone or whatever, but in addition to that, there are all the life skills that can be gained from that, and a huge range of life skills from volunteering.
If you're volunteering, it shows that your employer or who you want to be employed by, that you're willing to do, like, go the extra mile, you're willing to do a little bit extra than, say, the person that just sits in the house and then goes and applies for the job.
We generally get a lot of people who may be fresh from school, you know, who are doing sort of part-time hours. And if those young people have had the benefit of volunteering in some shape or form, it basically gives them a wider perspective on life, their ability to communicate with lots of different people, and that's quite useful for us as a retailer.
I've met a large mix of different people for all walks of life, which is really valuable experience just for life in general, really, in the world.
Like when it comes to looking for jobs in like application forms, because if the employer sees that I've put my own time into like helping the community, it can like sort of like make their company or workplace seem better, because I know I can work in a team, or like if I'm in a shop I can like go up and ask people do they need help, and I'm not like shy, and I can like basically like make the company look good because of the way that I've put my own time into making myself look good.
And it's a good thing to be able to talk about at an interview, because if you've only experienced the normal schoolwork and whatever, and the normal school environment, and when you go to interview with a company and you can talk about other things, other skills that you've learned, other projects that you've worked on, it makes the employer, or indeed the university or college, see you as a much more valuable person.
Although I don't think about it, volunteering as that is my main thing, like, oh, that's just to help me get a job, and the truth is that it will, and hopefully it will. Seeing it on my CV, just the skills that it helps you build, they don't have to be specific to an industry, they can be used over all aspects of life and all jobs.
And you know, when you've got a kind of a little bit on your application form that says, you know, anything else you want to add to your application, you know, that's the golden opportunity to share it with us. And again, even at that level, you've got to do it at that point, because that does, you know, if you've got a lot of people with a very similar educational background, you know, it's just that little extra, that little glisten that might just separate you, and instead of being the half that might go to the, you know, thank you very much pile, to the we'll see you pile.
One can help me break down barriers in my life and other people's lives with common access and difficulties.
It's just really enjoyable, and I enjoy seeing other people like being made happy by, that sounds so cheesy, but it's true. Like when you see the patients, it just cheers them up, and the kids, when you at the football and stuff, when you see them improving, you just think, like, I helped to do that, and it's invaluable.
I'd strongly recommend it to people who are like unemployed, and they're looking for a job or want to get a job.
Whatever it is that you're interested in, just ask around, or internet, because everyone uses internet now. And just what I done when I was getting into Broxburn is I just looked up online for local football clubs and gave them a call, and they were happy to have me along for a couple of weeks trial, and 4 years later I'm still there.
Ha ha ha.